Can I ask you a question? Do you want to end up alone? Seriously. Because if you keep letting trust issues control your life, that's exactly where you're headed. And I know that's not what you want. You want connection, love, intimacy, but there's this invisible wall you've built that's keeping everyone at arm's length. Today, we're going to tear down that wall and show you exactly how your trust issues are sabotaging your relationships and what you can do about it right now. Let me tell you about Sarah. She met the perfect guy. He was kind, consistent, always there when he said he would be. But Sarah couldn't shake this feeling in her gut. Every time he was 5 minutes late, she wondered who he was really with. When he didn't text back immediately, her mind spiraled into worst-case scenarios. She started checking his phone, questioning his friends, demanding constant reassurance. Within 6 months, he was gone. Not because he was unfaithful, but because Sarah's mistrust had suffocated the relationship before it could breathe. Sound familiar? Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. Your trust issues aren't protecting you, they're destroying your chances at genuine connection. And the worst part? You might not even realize you're doing it. Trust issues don't just appear overnight. They're usually rooted in past experiences that taught your brain to stay hypervigilant. Maybe a parent abandoned you when you were young. Perhaps your first love cheated, or you watched your parents' marriage crumble because of betrayal. Your brain learned that trusting people leads to pain, so it developed this sophisticated alarm system designed to keep you safe. But here's where it gets tricky. That same protective mechanism that helped you survive past trauma is now preventing you from thriving in present relationships. Your brain can't tell the difference between your ex who lied constantly and your current partner who's never given you a reason to doubt them. Society doesn't help either. We're bombarded with messages that everyone cheats, that people are inherently selfish, that you can't trust anyone completely. Movies show us dramatic betrayals. Social media feeds us stories of relationship disasters, and we internalize this cynicism as wisdom. But it's not wisdom, it's poison. So what does mistrust actually look like in action? It's subtle at first. You might find yourself constantly seeking reassurance, asking questions like, "Do you really love me?" Or, "You're not going anywhere, right?" While this might seem innocent, it puts enormous pressure on your partner to constantly prove their commitment. You start testing them. Maybe you create little scenarios to see if they'll choose you or something else. You get upset when they want to spend time with friends, interpreting their need for independence as a lack of commitment to you. You analyze every text message, every facial expression, every delayed response for hidden meanings. Then comes the jumping to conclusions. Your partner seems distracted, so obviously they're thinking about someone else. They're working late, so clearly they're having an affair. They didn't laugh at your joke, so apparently they don't find you interesting anymore. You've become a detective in your own relationship, looking for evidence of crimes that don't exist. The most damaging behavior is emotional withholding. You want intimacy, but you're terrified of vulnerability, so you keep parts of yourself locked away. You share surface-level thoughts, but never your deepest fears, dreams, or insecurities. You're physically present but emotionally unavailable, creating exactly the distance you're afraid your partner will create. This creates a devastating cycle. Your mistrust leads to controlling behaviors, which makes your partner feel suffocated and resentful. They start pulling away, not because they want to leave, but because they need space to breathe. But you interpret their need for space as confirmation of your worst fears, so you double down on the controlling behaviors. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Communication breaks down because every conversation becomes an interrogation. Your partner stops sharing things with you because they're tired of having their words analyzed and twisted. The relationship becomes superficial, exactly what you were trying to avoid. The emotional toll is enormous. Your partner feels like they're constantly on trial, having to prove their innocence for crimes they didn't commit. They become exhausted from walking on eggshells, never knowing what innocent action might trigger your suspicion. Meanwhile, you're living in a state of chronic anxiety, constantly braced for betrayal that may never come. But here's the hope. You can break this cycle. It starts with radical self-awareness. The next time you feel that familiar surge of suspicion, Pause and ask yourself, is this feeling based on what's happening right now, or is this my past trauma talking? Learn to recognize when your mistrust is a projection of old wounds onto present circumstances. Start challenging your assumptions. When your brain jumps to worst-case scenarios, force yourself to consider neutral or even positive explanations. Your partner is quiet? Maybe they had a stressful day at work. They're texting someone? Perhaps it's their mom or a friend with a problem. Train your brain to consider benign explanations first. Practice vulnerability in small doses. Share something slightly uncomfortable about yourself and notice that the world doesn't end. Your partner doesn't use it against you or run away screaming. Gradually increase your emotional openness, building trust through experience rather than trying to logic your way into it. Communication is crucial, but it needs to be done skillfully. Instead of saying, "Who were you texting?" try, "I noticed you've been on your phone a lot tonight. I'm feeling a bit insecure. Can we talk about it?" Express your feelings without accusations, inviting understanding instead of triggering defensiveness. Set boundaries that protect your peace without controlling your partner. It's okay to ask for reassurance sometimes, but make it a request, not a demand. Create agreements about communication and respect that work for both of you. Most importantly, practice self-compassion. You developed these trust issues as a survival mechanism. They served a purpose at one time. Thank that protective part of yourself for trying to keep you safe, then gently explain that you're ready to try a different approach. Healing trust issues is a journey, not a destination. You'll have setbacks, moments when old patterns resurface. That's normal and expected. What matters is that you recognize it and gently redirect yourself back toward trust and openness. I want you to like this video if learning that your trust issues might be self-sabotaging your relationships made sense to you. I wish you would share this video about overcoming trust issues because we both know that there is someone in your life that needs to hear they're not broken, just scared. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us to know what videos to make more of. Oh yeah, and we would love it if you subscribed and help us grow our mental well community. This is the Mental Well Guy signing off, wishing you good mental health. And remember, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the birthplace of connection.